Well, welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all well. And in today's video, we're going to get all the various lotions and potions and polishes and whatever else we've got out, and we're going to see if we can check out the paintwork on the new project on the MR2 and see if we can bring some life back and just have a general look and see what's going on with the paintwork. So let's go. So I'm just going to give this boot and engine cover a tickle over with some super resin polish. You can see there that it's quite dull and pink at the moment, but I've just done a little tickle over this back panel here, and it's come up quite well, surprisingly well to be honest, for one little polish. So I think what's happened at the moment is there's quite a lot of contaminants just sat on the top. So nothing too severe. This is really just a test really to see what we're working with. So let's see how this comes out with super resin. Right, that's just one. It's not, you know, just a sweeping pass. I haven't really even spent any time yet properly polishing. I'm just going to take that off now and we'll see what it's like. Well, there's a few bits that need a little bit more effort where I mean it was just literally a cleaning pass, what I'd call a cleaning pass, but it's yeah, it's not too bad. The spoiler needs more work, but I think this is going to come back to somewhere neat, to be fair. I mean, my thoughts at the moment, I don't know if you agree, is if it's going to come back looking like this, I mean, if I can get the red back and get rid of the pink bits, then I'm super tempted to live with it how it is with the original paint, because like Ian Tyrrell says on his channel, it's only original once. So I don't think, I mean, the thing with having a few imperfections as well on a car like this is it sort of goes well with the age. 34 years old this is, and it's responding, isn't it? So I guess I'll keep going for a bit. Right, so with a relative success on the back here, which is looking so much better, I've turned the car around and I'm now going to start coming along the side here, and you can see the dullness on the paintwork in various places. It's a bit difficult to pick out on the camera, but if I bring you around the front, you'll get an idea of what we're trying to work with. So I mean, the mirror's really bad. You can see how pink the mirror is compared to the top of the door there, for example. But the front wings and the bonnet, as you can see there, are really faded. So yeah, I mean, I did one pass yesterday before I finished on this wing, and it's improved. And as you can see there, I did the mirror, and that's what I call it. It's improved, but it's not quite where I want it yet. But like I said, this is my method of getting to know the car. All I'm doing really is what I call a cleaning pass. So I'm not using any harsh abrasive polishes or anything like that. I'm just basically going over with Super Resin Polish from Autoglym to see what comes back and what needs further work. And it's just a good way of inspecting the whole car and getting round and seeing what I'm working with. So yeah, you can see how badly faded the front bumper is compared to that, which I did actually run the cloth over yesterday when I was doing this wing. I sort of followed onto this headlamp pod, and you can see the difference there between the two. So yeah, I mean, from what I learned yesterday, there's a fair bit of what looks like original paint on this car. I think the driver's door, the top of the door, has been painted at some point, because it's not. So not this side. I don't know about this yet because I haven't. I've got a feeling this could be original just by looking at the match between here and here. But on the driver's door, the match is a little less coherent. So yeah, I'm thinking the top of the driver's door may have been painted, and possibly the front wings. Well, definitely the wing on the other side, I think, has had some paint work. But I mean, do you know, this is the way I deal with a new project. I go around it gently first, just to see where I'm at. Can you see the glass? I've just finished cleaning the glass there. What a massive difference that's made to this car. I've cleaned the windscreen, I've cleaned all the glass inside and out, and I've just cleaned the T-tops. Look at them. Super impressed how they've come up with a bit of glass cleaner inside and out. I haven't tackled the seals yet. That's a job for another day. But all the seals need cleaning and re-lubricating with something. If anybody's got any suggestions of what I can use on rubber to just bring them back to life a little bit, please let me know. But they need cleaning first. The other thing I was going to ask you guys, what do you use on these to try and bring a bit of black back? Because they're quite dulled off, these door trims, and round here as well. Again, give me an idea on some products. That would be really nice if you could do that. The other thing I need to tackle, the previous owner, bless him, he had a day where he decided to have a go at polishing his car, and he basically used what's like some sort of orbital polisher, which isn't a bad thing to do, except he's managed to get splatters of polish in every nook and cranny you can imagine. As I've been doing this half of the car, the driver's side, I've found so much splatter from polish you wouldn't believe. It was like literally everywhere. And one of the worst places for it is this, what I call a scuttle panel here. So I think I'm going to have to take this off, because it's going to be a nightmare to clean. But I think if I take it off, and then I can inspect the wiper linkages anyway. But I think I'm going to take these off and take the scuttle panel off and clean it properly. And then again, I could do with a product maybe to bring this back. I mean, I do use Maguire's trim restorer, but that's more of a kind of, it's more for tyres really than anything else. It's like a tyre gel type. It's good on all black trims, but eventually it sort of washes off. Could do with something really that just kind of reconditions the rubber seals as well. So anyway, less nattering on. I'm going to have a go at doing a pass down this side, and I'm probably going to start with the bonnet as well and the front bumper and just see how that comes up. So let's go. So I've just popped a tape line down the middle of the bonnet just so we can see the difference between our left, which I'm going to start on first, and then on the right. It should show up better on the camera, hopefully. So let's go, let's get stuck in. Well, just done a couple of passes with the super resin there, and I'm happy. Let's just have a quick look. Wow, look at the difference there, guys. Jesus. It's unbelievable, isn't it? I honestly didn't expect this to come back so, dare I say, easy. I know it's not going to be easy on some of the panels, and I know I've got more work to do on the driver's door and those mirrors and things like that, but possibly the front wings. But yeah, and I'm not counting my blessings yet because I haven't tried the bumper, and it looks like, and again I could do with your, if you guys are paint experts, there seems to be a load of paint that's come off the bumper all the way along that edge. Is that because the bumper has been off and been painted at some point and they haven't done a very good job? I don't know, it's weird, isn't it, how that's happened along the inside of there. It makes me think the bumper's been painted at some point. But I mean, for the time being, once I've finished, I'll probably just carefully touch all that in, and then you'll hardly notice it. But yeah, look at the difference there, guys. With just one pass, well, a couple of goes with the super resin. It's pretty good stuff, isn't it? Super resin. I mean, I can feel. Sorry about the strobe. That's my fluorescent light. I can feel a bit of contamination on the sitting on the paint, so maybe when we get a bit of warmer weather and get it outside, I might clay bar the paint on the bonnet because I can feel contaminants in there. But I think that's original paint on that bonnet, and it's held up, hasn't it, really well for 34 years if it is original, and I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's just that weird paint missing down the front of the bumper there. So I'm going to carry on a bit now, guys. I'm going to do the rest of the bonnet and then start looking at the bumper and things. Happy days. The other thing, if you any paint experts, getting a lot of red on the rags. I was getting a lot of it yesterday. Is that to do with the previous polish that's been used? I don't know. Seem to be getting a lot of red off. Give me some pointers in the comments, please. Is that okay? It's still very cold in the garage, but anyway, a few bickies and some nice hot tea, and we can carry on and maybe do a bit more along the front. But I've been in here quite a few hours today already and did a job for someone this morning as well, and I'm ready for a sit down, to be honest, and a rest. Right, that's a couple of coats of super resin. I'm just going to buff that off. Unfortunately, there's a couple of nasty stone chips on the bonnet on this side, which I'll show you in a minute. But oh, I've missed a bit on the front. I'll have to just catch that. But it's looking pretty good. I actually overlapped a little bit onto this, the top of this wing, and I think this wing's original paint, because it's a really good colour match. I can see a lot of contaminants underneath the, it's probably in the lacquer I imagine, but again I may investigate using a G3, a much more aggressive compound, but I don't know whether it would need it on here. I really could do with my old mate Ron, who I used to work with, who now lives and works in Australia, because he is an absolute wizard, and he runs a company now, a paint shop called Picasso, and he's a genius with this sort of stuff, but I'm just an amateur when it comes to the paintwork. In fact, my skills kind of run out when we after polishing. That's it for my skills. So, but he's on the other side of the world, so he's not going to be able to help with this. But I did a Mark 1 MR2. I think I mentioned it in episode 1. When I was a lot younger, I restored a Mark 1. And he ended up doing a full shoot on that. He did a full respray on it, because it needed a lot of welding, and it needed new wings and stuff like that. So we ended up doing a full shoot on that, and he made an amazing job of it. I've still got some photographs. I'll have to dig them out and maybe do a bit of a video on some of my older cars. Right, let's just take that off and then I'll bring you in and we'll have another look. Well, there we go then. So that's the bonnet and the two light pods polished. It's made a huge difference, hasn't it? But again, the camera always makes things look a little bit better. There's a bit of a nasty stone chip there that just wants dotting in. Another one there. And there's another one at the back here I've spotted. But yeah, I think that's original paint on there. I can see when I get close up there's a bit of, like I say, there's a bit of contamination to the lacquer, I think. But again, for now, it's good enough for me until I get this thing up and running where I want it to be mechanically. As long as it's presentable, and if I fancy doing a couple of classic car meets in the spring, then it's going to look half tidy. But yeah, you can see there the just where I've ran the polish just along and just caught the top of that wing there. It's matching in quite well, whereas this side, the wing has not, you can probably make out there, it's bad lighting in here, but that wing is definitely more of a pinky colour. So and the top of that door as well is the same. You can probably see, if I put the camera there like that, you can see bonnet, quite red, more of a maroony red, and then this is again original, I think. The mirrors, I don't know what's happened to the mirror, whether it's just faded or maybe the paint's reacted differently because it's plastic, but that needs more work. And the top of the door, but like I say, it's only had a super resin. I think I can get it a bit better with some more aggressive polish, but so there we go. That's enough for me today. Next time on the channel, when we tackle something else, I'll get the car out first and you can have a look in the daylight. It's been a bit nasty out there this weekend. I've not been able to do a huge amount of filming outside because there's wind. There's a lot of wind, so it's affecting the microphone, but definitely I've got the bumper to tackle, and then I'm going to work my way around here, have a go at that mirror, come along the side. This is probably the better side, if I'm being honest. I think there's more original paint on this side. I think the wing's original. I've got a good feeling that the door's going to come up quite nice. Although I have noticed there is a small rust area at the bottom which just wants something on to stop it getting any worse. You can hardly see it. I'll show you that another time. But just wants stopping so it doesn't get any worse. And so I think we know where we're at with the paintwork now. So we can put a tick in there and carry on with more jobs next time. Well, there we are then. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm really pleased with the car and how the paintwork's come up, and I think that'll be good enough for me for now until we get the car up and running a bit better mechanically. So another one ticked off the list, and hope you'll join me next time when I'm doing some more work on the MR2 or other projects. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and to see more progress on the MR2, join me next time, and stay safe and stay well. Bye bye.